A spectacular performance. Curry from half court.
Sometimes, something looks like it's been there a while.
We are here, the 3 Points Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, after a long time. It's been about a month. And we kind of did predict this in our last episode where it's like, hey, are we going to show up? Are we going to record? Are we going to even be here for you guys? But it's been the last time we recorded was Porzingis' debut. Since then, he's played 3 more games or 3 games total.
3 more games.
Right?
So 4 games total.
4 games total in 1 month, where let's say we're averaging 3 to 4 games a week. That's like 4 out of 12, 4 out of 16 games, right? So our fears have been confirmed. But why are we here? Well, just kind of give a month recap. Talk about a lot of the guys that we're seeing play. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of guys from the G League, some guys from Turkey, flying M out. So we just want to kind of summarize that holistically, because for all practical purposes, correct me if I'm wrong, Thomas or Wes.
I mean, Steph thinks you got championship aspirations.
Championship aspirations. Yeah.
That's what he said today, right?
Yeah, I mean, from his lips to God's ears, as they say.
For context, it is Sunday, March 15th. The Warriors just played a pretty fun game against the Knicks. We did lose by 3, if I'm not mistaken, off a pretty tough ending. Good play call, but let's just kind of get holistic. We, for more or less, it's been a lot of what we've been talking about for the last longest time. It's just been a lot of the young guys, a lot of the role players getting a lot of minutes. And there really isn't much to talk about, right? Because it's just the same stuff on repeat. So what we can do is just highlight who's played really well, who hasn't, who's been about the same. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the rock to the gentleman on my right, Mr. Thomas. I just doxed you.
You kind of did. I mean, a full name.
Actually, that's kind of crazy. Okay, you go bleep it.
I'm gonna cut that out, but he did say my
Don't
full
cut it
name.
out, bleep it.
Okay, I can bleep it out. But either way, he did say my full name. I mean, this guy is.
Yeah, I did address it. I said Mr. Blank.
Yeah. Anyway,
pretty tough.
yeah. I mean, so the last time we talked to you guys, Steph was hurt supposedly for a short period of time, maybe 1 to 2 weeks. It's now a month later, just under a month later. He's still out, and in fact, he really has no timeline to return. I personally am starting to suspect that we will not see him until the Warriors actually play the play-in game. And to be honest, I think it's probably for the best, all things considered. And with his absence, plus Jimmy Butler's absence, that's opened up a plethora of minutes that need to be filled by whoever is available. And it's turned out that whoever is available is mostly G League guys that we've been calling up. Warriors fans in the last month have become acquainted with LJ Cryer, Nate Williams, and Maleve Leons.
Thomas's favorite.
Now, most recently, Omar Yurtseven, who, as I mentioned, they flew out from Turkey. I say send his ass back, get iced to the arena. You can maybe cut that one out too. That was a little harsh.
You should
It was a little harsh. I mean, he was okay in his minutes tonight. Yeah, needless to say, none of the 3 guys that I mentioned before. I mean, we've only seen 1 game from Yurtseven, and I mean, I think because he's on a 10-day, I doubt we'll see more than a few games. Because once Horford's back, we don't really need him. But the other 3 guys I mentioned, Nate Williams, Maleve Leons, LJ Pryor, none of them are, all things considered, NBA players. Now, Maleve Leons, most of all, is not an NBA player. Nate Williams, second most of all, is not an NBA player. LJ Cryer could give you 5 to 10 minutes a game, and you wouldn't be too upset about it. But generally speaking, none of them are anything to write home about. If you want to talk about positives, you're gonna have to talk about guys who we'd already kind of become acquainted with before even our last episode, and that would be mostly, I would say, Guy Santos, and then to a lesser extent when he's played D'Anthony Melton and when he's played Al Horford, because Guy Santos has really stepped up to be more or less the Warriors' second option behind Pods, who, I mean. But anyways, and then D'Anthony Melton and Al Horford, I think, have both really excelled in their roles as kind of, 3rd/4th option holding it down, making good decisions on the offensive end, providing a presence on the defensive end. But yeah, I mean, it's just been, you know, true role players, like honest to God role players who are playing the role of stars for the Warriors these past months. And so there's a reason why they've gone, I think, something like 3-9 over that stretch.
To kind of swoop in, some context on the guy. So Nate Williams, he's a 6'5" shooting guard forward. And I mean, we can just talk a little bit about each guy that what we've seen. I really don't know what his strength is. I don't know what his skill set is. Like grabbing boards.
Long wingspan, I guess.
He doesn't, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a skill set.
It's yeah, just grabbing boards and I guess high energy, quote unquote,
That's
which is
what
just
they say
every
about
guy.
every bum, yep.
Yeah, about every bum, right?
Yeah.
Like Guy Sanders used to be that.
You know, a classic example of that? Juan Toscano Anderson. He's the original high energy
He
guy.
really is, dude. Diving into the freaking crowd, hitting his head and stuff. I mean, he's an NBA champ though.
Yeah.
He got that 2-year, $10 million contract, right? So remember when his mom was crying and stuff in the
Yeah, I mean,
press conference?
he robbed the Lakers, honestly. Shout out.
Yeah, good for him,
Yeah.
right? Then we'll go to Malavi Leons. He's a Dutch guy. He's from the Netherlands. Again, this guy is like, okay, so out of the three, we've been really cooking this guy because, I mean, you cannot.
Gets
Is this
so much
guy?
more minutes.
No, I mean, not only that, this guy a software engineer. He's built like a software engineer. He's lanky. He's like skinny as hell. What is his like? I mean, this guy looks like a default 2K player. What is his skill set? No one knows. His jumper is really bad. He's tall, he's 6'9".
He's 6'9", but he has no presence whatsoever around the rim because he gets bullied by everybody who's of NBA caliber strength, which he's not. He doesn't seem to have much of a handle. You can't really trust him to handle the ball at all. He doesn't seem to be a plus passer. I don't think I've seen him make a single pass that was anything other than, a simple, some kind of like pre-scripted action. Trying to think, is there anything? I mean, what has anybody seen him make like a positive play?
I mean, like, I guess
once?
maybe grabbing, like, again, I think maybe what the common theme is they're trying to get big men who could provide the ball to our guards and kind of more ball dominant guys, like our offensive facilitators who are
engine.
yeah, Pods and Gee and for the most part of them too. GP2 this game. That's I think what they were trying to go for, because I mean just a quick Google search into Leon's G League stats.
Yeah, it was like 13-7.
Yeah, basically, I don't know where that page went. He had like 7 rebounds or whatever. So clearly, even in the G League, he was averaging like 13 points.
We got a G League role player.
Starter.
So I think that's kind of the vision. I mean, like Nate Williams, I think maybe the same. Like if we look at his previous, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And
Nate Williams seems like an NBA caliber athlete, though.
Yeah,
athlete, I agree.
Yeah, like you can tell when he's moving around the court. Like, okay, this
He
guy
looks like an NBA
yeah,
player. Like if you
yeah.
told me, oh, this is Nate Williams of the Charlotte Hornets. He's like their 8th guy. He gets in 8 to 10 points. High energy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just built like one.
Yeah.
He's like not even. I know the fans at home maybe think, hey, well, is that racially?
Might be a little bit,
accomplished?
but at the same time, there is just a certain, like, if you've watched enough NBA games, you understand what an NBA athlete looks like moving around the court. Leons does not look like that at all. He looks uncoordinated. He looks unsure of himself. He looks slow. The vertical. I don't think I've seen him touched. I don't like. Is he dunked at once? Don't think so. Yeah, but anyways, I mean, you can only shit on him so much. I guess let's move over to.
And the last guy, Lionel LJ Cryer Jr. This guy, I mean, Thomas could kind of add more color to that hooper in college.
Yeah, I mean,
he was finish.
Okay, yeah.
Hit him with the pump it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I think out of the 4 G League / undrafted / quote unquote bums that we picked up, I kind of see him to be promising. He was drafted late, right? What year do you know what year he was drafted?
I almost thought he went undrafted. It would have been last year because he was playing in the
2025 draft. So basically, it's his second
national
year.
championship against Will Richard this past year. So
okay, so basically this draft class.
Yeah.
So this is technically his rookie season.
This is his rookie season.
And from what we've seen, look, he's a super undersized guard. So he's like 6 foot on paper, which could be damn well he's 5'11".
Yeah.
Not a great defender. But his shot is pretty good. Like, I mean, he had one game against the Bulls on the 10th. Uh, 17 points, 3 or 5 from the three, 4 for 7 from the field. A game before that, 11 points, 3 for 8 from the three, 2 for 4. Yeah, common trends, trash teams, but that means he's got something in the tank. Like, we've seen something.
Yeah.
And that something is a sharpshooter, perhaps. And it is something like he is kind of old. He is 24 years old, but it is something that you can develop even more.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
You already have the tools, you already have the arsenal. Keeps getting those shots up. Maybe he becomes like a sharpshooting three, right? He could just be that guy. Obviously on the defensive end, there isn't really much upside. He's just really small. You could add some color on his championship years.
Yeah, well, I
Any of
mean,
you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he was like Damian Lillard in college, basically. He ran their entire offense, would
Who's
lead the
they?
team, the Houston
Cougars.
Cougars. Yeah, absolutely. Led them to the national championship game. I mean, again, he was like a truly like pure first option. He would lead the team in shots every game. Like he was averaging like 20 something a night, especially during that championship run. But I mean, he's an archetype of player. Like we've seen this so many times, especially if you follow college ball. There's a lot of these guys every year. They're between 5'11" and 6'2". They jack up a ton of shots, and at the college level, they're efficient enough to be kind of a first option. But the second that they're anything other than the first option, a lot of their skill set becomes redundant, and that's why there's no interest in them in the NBA. And he's kind of the upper echelon of these types of guys, where his skills as a shot maker are so elite that he's probably going to, even if he doesn't end up making it in Golden State, he's probably going to continue get a lot of different 10-day type opportunities around the league because he is that level of shot maker. But he's not going to be contributing to a Golden State championship run. I think it's pretty safe to say, but he's a fun guy to watch out there, especially when he gets hot. And he's definitely the most interesting and the best of the three G Leaguers that we have had to see play big minutes for our team recently.
Wes, do you want to add anything?
I mean, I think you guys are definitely right in terms of the rankings of like Maleve, Leons. I think he's just like, especially compared to Nate Williams, I think they have similar skill sets. It's just Nate Williams is like kind of like you guys said, bigger. He's just a legit athlete. So like the screens, his rebounding, he's a lot more fit to do those that maybe they don't require that much feel, but just that gap he has on letting it Leons in terms of athleticism and size just kind of gives him that edge as like a slightly more competent NBA player. But yeah, LJ Cryer is definitely he gives us like I feel like any scoring boost with this team just kind of goes so far. Like just I mean we've seen like Paz is our number one option, so it really doesn't take much to be like a good offensive player on this team. Like the bar is pretty low. Like I mean Gee is pretty good, but Paz kind of just goes to show that the bar is not super high. I don't think so. I think a guy like LJ who has just a slight bit of athleticism can beat guys off dribble half the time. Like it goes a long way with this team. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess like you mentioned Gee. I mean, we should probably segue into talking about him. I think he's been the biggest bright spot for this team.
1,000%.
Yeah, over the last month. He really truly looks like I would be comfortable with him in a starting playoff lineup. Not like back in 2022 when this team is contending, but like this year, considering what we have on the team, what we still have left, the spare parts that we kind of have lying around. Uh, I absolutely would be comfortable with him in the starting lineup. And he's somebody who I think could be a legitimate threat to put up 15 plus points a game in a playoff series on decent efficiency. He's that level of NBA scorer. And it really has come to some degree out of nowhere. I could not have dreamed that I would be seeing him provide the Warriors with this level of consistent scoring on consistent quality efficiency. Now, you just pulled up the actual numbers. Some of those shooting nights, 6-15, 7-19 are not great, but he's also had 6-13, 6-12, 6-7, another 6-13, 7-12, etc., etc. 6-7. Yeah, I mean, this guy, I mean, the footwork that he displays, I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't make it sound like I'm exaggerating it, because I want to say some really stupid comparisons.
Go ahead.
He kind of like reminds you of a guy that we saw on the court tonight. He kind of reminds you a little bit of Jalen Brunson with some of the footwork that he's displaying. Again, at his size, it's not quite the same as a small guard like Brunson, but his ability to create space in his pivot, not off of the dribble, not receiving the pass and then using a head or shoulder fake and then getting a guy to fly by, etc. But off of the pivot where a guy has him squared up and he's able to go like around on his left foot, back around, head fake, shoulder fake, up and under, like creating space with nothing essentially. You don't see a lot of guys in the NBA who have that skill set. So again, like I really do think that there's maybe a ceiling here where he becomes something interesting, not just this year, not just next year, but going forward long term for the Warriors, especially since Lord knows they're gonna have a lot of salary freed up at some point in the future.
He is only 23, and I think
I
he
think he's like 29.
no, I think he's 23. I think he's been it's kind of it is a beautiful thing when, and the Warriors have proven this many times in the past, we like our homegrown talent, we'll have these guys offshoot and they turn out to be really, really good. JP
Brandon
is
Rollins.
On the Bucks.
I am blanking on this guy.
He cooked us earlier this season.
Oh yes, but
You're just saying like former Warrior draft picks, right? That ended up
being decent.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like JP, him, right? Obviously, I guess like Draymond, second round pick, right? I
Yeah.
guess we've had these things, and Gee's another great example. We got him on a steal contract as well. That's what we were talking about earlier. We kind of did scam him, I think. Like 15 million, 3 years. He is a quality player.
Yeah.
I think my biggest critique, because you've been showering him a lot of love, and I absolutely agree with all that. I'll just add one more thing. It's just his size. It's so good, right? Like being like a 6'7" guy who's massive, strong. He could grab boards. He could push people off.
Yeah.
He's not like, I mean, like Leon's a 6'9", by the way, for reference.
Yeah.
And that dude is like a stick. This guy is 6'7", and he's strong. He's able to push people off. All those things that I just said, and that footwork, immaculate. He's doing things that are like it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
It's
think like
really
another
nice.
thing that like on top of his footwork, that's like obviously that flashes. Like something he also provides for this team is like ball handling, like somewhere like you can kind of go to point Gee a little bit of the time.
Yeah,
Not
I would agree
not a
with that.
whole lot. Like you probably defer to pods and that, but he still provides some playmaking, yeah, plenty of playmaking. So
My only critique would be, which again, I mean, he's only 23. He's made such a
I do want to see him
massive
anchor his
jump.
role. Like
Yes.
once certain guys come back and
Yes.
it's serious, like
Yes,
how do
exactly.
you do
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say so that you could kind of talk more about that. I want to see left from you.
Yeah.
The other critique I was gonna say is that off ball, he's kind of a no-show in that
Yeah.
regard. Like every play, like if we think about where he has an impact, he has to be dribbling a little bit. He has to go push someone off, even to shoot a three. Like he has to be like setting screen, then kind of stuff like that. So it is interesting to see when, like you mentioned, kind of bleeding into what you were mentioning, when we have kind of more of the main guys back and his role gets reduced, can he still be productive? Can he still find and provide value? Right? Because defensively, how would you say he's different? I would say he's all right. Like he's there.
Yeah.
He's not
He's
great.
decent. I would say he is fairly good. He's flashed fairly good instincts for playing passing lanes. He's gotten like a few like kind of interception style steals where he just steps in front of a pass, and that's obviously flashes. But yeah, I mean, in man on man point of attack, I don't think he's anything special, at least not at this point in his career. Because he is a little bit slow footed, admittedly, and generally as an athlete, I would say he's probably in the lower tier of NBA players. But
You wanted to say about like the increased role.
Well, I think that is kind of a common trend with like certain role players around the league is that like when they are like the guy on the team, they play pretty well because they have all these minutes and it's all this responsibility on them. So they're able to put up numbers, and they are impacting winning because it's like they have such a hyper intense role. But like when certain guys come back, like even Al Horford, once Al Horford and Melton come back, and there's like maybe he goes back to the bench a little more. I'm kind of curious, like, is he still impact winning? Because that is the tough job when you don't have the ball in your hands a lot. Like, are you able to impact winning and fill up the stat sheet? I mean, like, coming in, that's his whole thing is like, okay, when he has the ball, like, okay, great, he can put up like 20 points per game. But when he's playing alongside Steph and Dre and Al Horford, he's just not that impactful of a winning player. Like, I don't care if he puts up 20 and like 10 rebounds or whatever, it's not really impacting winning all that much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Guy's the same player because Guy.
He's a system guy. Like he fits in the system.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does, right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's look, at least he has
plays
like a
defense,
decent enough three
Yeah.
where like I would trust him taking shots. Like tonight, I mean, how tonight's game ended was that we had a play set up for where
QP.
exactly.
Toss.
QP he was a toss at QP. They passed it to him. He dribbled a little bit and he kind of gave an off pass. And Thomas and West were like super disappointed. I honestly wasn't that much. I'll say why. It's a tough way to end the game, but I'm kind of happy he's getting these mistakes out of his system where it's like, okay, hey, he's gonna learn from it. That's what I'm hoping for. If you see a guy over 3 years has taken such massive strides in his game, that means he's working on it. So perhaps, hopefully, we got people in the film room, whatever, teaching him how to improve upon that. Next guy I wanted to talk about, I mean, Pods. I think so. My confidence and faith in Pods has definitely increased. Because my biggest fear was like, okay, last year before we entered the playoffs, Pods had a streak where he was smoking hot, right? But it was a lot of very, I don't know, it was very much streakish play where it was like, okay, he was hitting super tough shots. He was doing stuff like, okay, Thomas just made a
Sorry.
reacted to something. Is that go
Leve
ahead?
Leon's -15. Team is 15 points worse when he's on the court than when he's off it. Anyways, sorry.
Anyways, so Pods, this time around, he seems a little bit more controlled. Seems a little bit more like
Well, it's not just tough shots that he's hitting that are like impacting winning. He's playmaking a bunch. He's actually hitting like the shot. He's not like hitting a bunch of contested step back shots. Like they're pretty decent looks. I think like even when they don't go in, I'm still like, that's like I think he's our best shooter at this point. I mean, obviously like not fully healthy.
The dribble
He's an extra guy.
penetration looks a lot more convincing to
100%,
me.
yeah.
Especially when he's getting into like, the Euro step kind of bag and then passing out of that. That's kind of stuff you see quality playmakers in the NBA do.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't think I've seen him do all that much the past few years. I think it was a lot more stationary passes or where he dribble himself into trouble and then kind of have to put up these very tough finishes, which I mean he's a quality finisher and he would get some of them to go, but often it would end up looking pretty ugly. But now he's starting to translate the dribble penetration into kickouts and into little dump downs, and that's what you see, elite playmaking guards do. So
I will say his three also has looked better. Yeah, I mean, looking at his stats, it is kind of the classic Pods thing. It's been pretty inconsistent. You get 1 for 6, 3 for 8, 0 for 6, 3 for 6, 4 for 8, 3 for 10, 4 for 6, 1 for 4, 5, 10, 2, 7. But it looks better in the regard like it looks flatter. It doesn't look as like rainbow, like it'd be going like to the ceiling down. It looks a lot more controlled, right? And I that's how I would describe him over this last like controlled. Brandon Thomas Pajemski. I didn't even realize his middle name was Thomas.
I don't know if that means to us.
It means that he's bad. He's a bad player. It's a commonality with Thomas's, right? He is very much the engine right now, right? That he's the guy who's bringing the ball up. He's the guy who's passing. He's the running around, doing all these things. So, and he's been doing respectable. Like he doesn't look embarrassing. Yeah, is he leading us to win? No, but that's not what you'd expect a guy who's 23 years old to do. Lead us to win. I mean, unless he's like
Luka
or Jaden Daniels. He's doing well enough. And now I am optimistic that this could translate. And we're cooked, by the way. We're cooked. Because I said I'm optimistic. I got a little bit of faith in Pod. Let's just cut it right. Maybe just end the episode right there. You would cut it right before I said I'm optimistic. That's the problem. I let it out in the air. He's gonna I am optimistic that when Steph.
Or at least say you're cautiously optimistic.
I'm cautiously optimistic that when Steph, Melton, these big guys get back, and God forbid, do I even go to the next season after this year's play-in, maybe playoff experience,
Finals experience.
after this year's ring. I think Pods has proven to me that
Team USA Olympics. Pods. Isn't that what he said?
God forbid I could get a word out.
He did say he's probably going to be better than Steph Curry.
Oh, not me, Pods.
Pods did say that.
Yeah.
I think he could be quality besides him. He could be what we envisioned him to be, that sixth man, that leader of the second unit.
I mean, the big thing was in the playoffs last year that completely disappeared was the dribble penetration, and it was beating his man off the dribble. He was just getting clamped over and over and over, and he was either forcing up tough jumpers, which, I mean, he can hit occasionally, but it was bad offense, or he was getting, clamped and having to just pass it up and resetting the possession. He needs to demonstrate this. I mean, again, if we make it past the play-in, which, with Steph playing, like, this is a 50-50.
It's one game. It's elimination game.
It's possible. It's easily possible. In whatever playoff series we get, it's probably going to be OKC with how the standings are looking, but it could be San Antonio. He needs to prove that he can beat elite defenders, playing at playoff intensity, off the dribble, and create penetration and create an advantage for the offense.
I mean,
Because if he cannot do that in at playoff intensity, he's never going to have a positive role on any NBA team. So,
but the reason why I am even optimistic about that is because first playoff season, jitters. We did play against literally probably our hardest opponent, which were like the Rockets. They were so well matched, high intensity defense, et cetera, et cetera.
they were matched up well on defense. On
Yeah, on the
our
defense.
defense, I think was also matched up very well with theirs. That's why
Yeah,
I end up
yes,
thinking
yes.
such a grinded out series.
Right.
But yeah.
But he's also been able to display, like I just said earlier, but to emphasize again, without any help. Like he is the offensive. Like teams, I mean, not that they're spending much time in the film room to scheme against us because we suck right now. But when they're saying, okay, pause, he is the guy. He's bringing the ball up. This is blah 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 blah. Watch this film, blah blah blah. So he is the main guy, and he's been able to very well.
Kind of float the ship. Like we don't look terrible
Yeah.
against a lot.
Yeah, like look, when we're losing,
lost a lot,
but we're losing kind of. It's what's it called? A close sweep.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Right?
I mean, it's pretty incredible. It feels like every single one of these games, at some point in the second or third quarter, we do have the lead.
Yeah.
And then it just evaporates.
Yeah.
But still, like,
Which
you
I
know,
mean,
we're playing with scraps.
we literally
Yeah.
are. So from the scraps, I mean, I guess what we could do is let's rate their last month's performance. Like I would give Guy like a good, ooh, like there's been points where it's like a good 8.6, but I would give him like a good 8.2 to 8.4.
So let's say 7-9. So.
Okay, we give him like an 8.2 then probably, yeah.
I was gonna say like an 8-7.
8.7.
8.7.
Did he become Steph Curry?
8.7. What about 8.7?
Did he become like Andre Drummond and rebounding? Or
You
something
said
like
8-6.
that?
Didn't you say 8?
I said 8.2 to 8.4, and then I blocked an 8.2.
It's his standards. So.
8.7.
You're averaging him 8.7.
Brother, this guy is somebody who was literally an undrafted bum. When the first time I saw him on the court, I was like, who is that? He's taking guys off the dribble and like head faking two defenders and having like tough floater finishes.
You're right, but again,
Yeah,
the reason why I'm conservative on the why I'm giving 8.2, 8.4 is again, I just
It's
don't know how
definitely
the
playing like December's been playing. I'd say it's a 1.1.
I just don't know how it translates with the big guys, right? Because again,
Okay.
my biggest concern is his high usage rate.
I agree.
He's super ball dominant, so when you take the ball out of him, maybe he gets out of rhythm, he gets cold, he's unable to create like how he has been able to. That's my biggest concern for him.
But I also think
And right now, I think that's kind of underrated. Is there's not like a fear of failing. Like
Yes,
against these bad
yes,
teams, like,
yes,
players.
yes. That's the thing is you put it all out there, but comes playoff time, everything is critical.
Yeah.
So I just really don't. Unfortunately, I'm not fully sold on Guy, but I am more sold on Potts. Which is a kind of an insane thing. Like literally a month ago, we were saying he's Taylor Horton Tucker. He's out of the league.
That was like 2 months ago, and it was a classic Thomas overreaction. But
Yeah, he sold all of us.
yeah. No, but I mean, look what made happen.
And so now you're basically saying he's cooked. Because now we lost hope in him, he started playing well. We've gotten hope in him, now he's cooked. But you were gonna say something to both of us about our skeptics of Guy.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, let's face it, this is not a team that has a plurality of on-ball scorers, on-ball creators. This is a team that, if anything, could use somebody who, in 18 to 20 minutes a game, even in a playoff setting, could be counted on to basically be the second option when Steph is off the court. Because aside from, KP, who knows how many minutes he's gonna be able to handle at playoff intensity? Who is the second option? If not, as stupid as it
Pods,
sounds,
right?
Pods.
Because
Melton,
Pods, yeah, actually no.
Melton.
So second would be Melton, third would be Pods,
But it's like,
and then maybe Guy and
We have like
KP.
5 seconds.
I trust
Yeah,
Melton to handle the ball more. I trust Guy to attack his defender more than I trust Melton. He's been a more efficient scorer.
but again, I don't know. Another thing that I fear is that this could be a factor of him rapidly getting so good so quick that teams are like, oh shit,
Okay,
what the
yeah.
I
hell?
feel like the QP, QP played really well.
Yeah.
Like this season, we're like, oh man, he's like the next.
Whatever.
You know, like,
and then teams just realize, oh shoot, these are his strengths, his head fakes. Don't buy
Yeah.
it. Don't do this. And then they kind of scheme against him, and then boom, they kind
That's
of
another thing
disappear.
I'm thinking about with Guy is that like his footwork is like pretty incredible, but also if you are a one trick pony and
Yeah.
it's like you're really good at that, but like that's all you can do. Then
You know who does, by the way, and did, especially when they started joining the Warriors, had great footwork that got kind of easily predictable. Pods. Pods had the head fakes. He had the same,
Yeah.
one step bump, people be flying, layup. And then what happened? Like people were like, okay, dude, just don't bite. And then now, thankfully, he's developed more of a game.
Yeah.
But I do predict that this could happen again, especially with Steph, Melton, Horford, maybe KP, especially when Jimmy Butler comes back next season. I just really do hope and pray that he could carve himself a good, solid, productive, even in a limited role. For sure. Okay. Next guy that I wanted to give a shout, and I know you guys want to as well, Gary Payton. I mean, this guy's had the resurgence of his career. I would say the biggest shout I'm gonna give is his positioning. He's like seems to be always in the right place, right time. He's smacking things. He's getting balls. He's been
He's smacking things and getting balls. What does that correspond to? What basketball action is this? Could you like to describe to me what kind of play that is versus smacking things and getting balls?
Dude, what I mean
Like,
is,
what's he do? Like, are you referring to like a steal?
No, off the court, off the court.
what I mean is, okay, hold on,
Dude,
hold
he's
on.
crazy off the court.
Hold on. The opposition team grabs a rebound. He's there smacking the ball out of their hand.
Okay, true. I've seen him do that.
We've seen that happen a lot. And that's a combination of two things. Great positioning and smacking balls. That's exactly what I meant. Moving swiftly on, he has been doing really, really well in that. And his positioning's been great, right? Where
Yeah.
he's cutting well. I mean, even like today, we saw him like beat some guys off the dribble at one play. He's like
Yeah.
off the dribble to the lay.
Yeah, that was a crafty finish.
It was.
Yeah.
So he's having a little bit of like a stepping into the hot tub of youth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Look, do I expect him to be hitting threes? Do I expect him to be consistent from the field? No. But positioning, especially in the playoffs, you love to see it.
yeah.
Especially defensively, he looks like he's not getting as cooked as he was prior, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember that season after the championship, bro? He was so
Yeah, he just like was bad. So keep doing what you're doing.
yeah. And I mean, he has
Gary Payton.
chemistry with Steph on the screen and roll and stuff.
Yeah.
That's huge. And yeah, I mean, the active hands, they seem to have come back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's something that had kind of left his game somehow.
Yeah.
And now it's come back. I don't really know how. It's kind of unusual to see that at the age of whatever it is, like 31, but
33.
30, Jesus Christ, 33. But yeah, I mean, good. It's good for the Warriors, good for him. Probably earned himself some more money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely huge shout to him. And he just looks in rhythm. He looks really in rhythm. So hopefully he could kind of keep that going. I know we're a little bit over, but just quickly, I guess to highlight.
Oh wait, let's talk about KP.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah, true. I mean,
in
it's
the games that he has played, like what have we thought?
I mean, he's looked good, and like genuinely, like his shot has looked good. Defensively, he's done. It's done. It's over. Like defensively, he's just not there. He's just sluggish. He just looks exhausted. All these fears that we had are there, and they're very much applicable. But offensively, shot's
the
there.
whole package.
He's there. Like his shot is there, and all these things are there. But I mean, just the truth is that his lack of being able to play, I've basically count him out as he's gonna be with us until the offseason, then we're just not gonna re-sign him. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense, right? Free up that cap space. He's just not able to play, unfortunately.
Unless you can sign him to like a minimum, then I'd be kind of chill.
Yeah, like we could have used him just like as a pure stretch big minimum guy. But I mean,
What he's providing you though.
yeah, I mean, really, like in the 3 games, okay, for the sample at home against the Thunder, he was pretty bad. 9 points, 3 for 10, 0 for 3. But that was his first game back after like 6 games
Yeah,
out.
it's like throwing him to the fire.
Yeah, against the
That's-
Bulls and T-Wolves, he had 17, 5 of 13, 2 for 6, 5 for 5 from the field. Against the Timberwolves, 20 points, 7 for 16, 2 for 5 in only 20 minutes. So
The Warriors have been 23.5 points worse when he's on the court. He's horrible. I don't want to really see him out there. That's my honest opinion. I was not letting you guys talk about it, but that's my honest opinion.
I do think
He's
though
too bad defensively.
that's the problem. I think
to
that's the
justify
big. I think the biggest. So here's the
Offensively, he
thing.
still has it, but what I'm saying is that there's a level of as a big, especially there is a level of poor defense that completely outweighs any contribution you could possibly make on the offensive end.
You don't think like with Draymond back, he'd be able to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish we could, like, if we could just purely diminish him with just to be a rim protector, like literally stand in that one spot without an offensive 3-second violation. Stand there, put your hands up when someone comes. That's it.
So him and Draymond, they've only played 21 minutes together. The Warriors are negative 33 points.
Yeah, because it's also not like Draymond's been super positive as well.
I mean, and then the thing is, like, Draymond obviously comes with his own liabilities that need to be taken advantage, or need to be the pressure needs to be relieved on the offensive end. And KP can help with that to some degree because he's a floor spacer and all that stuff. But it's like,
Unfortunately, I think TLDR is just that he's just so out of it as an athlete.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's just unable to play because
Yeah.
of his disease.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like they're exasperating each other's weaknesses in this instead of covering up each other's.
exactly. That's more so what I
Yeah.
would
So basically, for the fans at home, he's just a loan
Yeah.
till the offseason. His contract does run out.
exactly.
That is the good news.
Exactly.
And look, I mean, I'm going to say it. I am hopeful for the next season because Pods has been playing well. Gia has been playing well. Melton is hopefully will
Richard.
resign. Will Richard, another guy we could talk about briefly. His
Steve
mechanics
seems
are
to
there.
think that he's a
The
problem.
worst person of all.
Look, he seems to be there. Like he's running around. He's
100%.
look, his stats don't reflect it, but I think look, he's only a rookie. Hopefully next season he improves, he does better. That's what I'm hoping for. Last guy I did want to talk about, if you guys want to talk about anyone else, I know because we have a lot of fans at home who are big fans of this player. Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer, unfortunately, is just like I feel bad because he is like a fun player, like to root for. Like, man, his story, all that, this, that, and the other. I mean,
he's fun.
not really. I really just don't think he's a NBA player. Like, with just let me look at the sample size we've seen with literally scrubs. With us playing 4 guys who are G League quality, one guy who wasn't even in the G League, he was in the Turkish league. I think at
But
least.
we didn't talk about him either.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess we could just. I mean, today was his debut. We'll talk about him. I think we want to see more of him. His first game. He's a tall guy. He's a big guy. He looked like an NBA player, like at least like an athlete, where like it looked like okay, this guy has basketball experience, not like Malavey Leon's. But we want to see more of him, and we'll report back later.
Yeah.
He is a big man though for the fans at home. But back to Pat Spencer. With scrubs, with G League guys, he can't even carve out a solid productive role, at least in my scene.
I mean,
I feel like he's a solid ball hand. He's not like a super big negative.
I mean, this doesn't look. I don't think he's a super big negative on either end.
Yeah,
just,
I mean, if
he
you
just
look at-
doesn't. He just doesn't produce anything.
I mean, yeah, and so if you look at like the on-off numbers, like he's basically a dead even. He doesn't make the team better or worse. Now there are players on the roster, like as I just pointed out, a few of these guys that we've been talking about, they make the team worse, and it shows up in the data. And I think it shows up in the eye test. To me, Pat Spencer, what shows up on the eye test is that like he can run the offense for you at a solid to decent level. He can
Run the offense. What do you mean by run the offense?
He doesn't throw the ball away.
doesn't throw the ball away. He can create his own shot at below average efficiency, but not so below average that you like cringe when he does it. Like when I see him take one of those like step backs, I'm like, okay, if we couldn't get any better shot in the possession, I'm fine with that.
Where's Malevy Leons? We're not even getting a shot.
Yeah.
He's just
Exactly. I mean, it's like when you see like one of the Draymond, 3-point attempts, like that's a bad possession.
yeah.
Like a second.
I mean, all right,
instinct
guys,
is
sure.
bad
So like, what we're basically saying is that he's just a really good
Yeah.
12th man.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like
I guess.
the dude is like 5'11" and looks like
6'2".
I don't believe that for a second. If I stood next to him, I would be like, "Oh, this dude's my height."
I mean, he's literally.
Oh, is he standing on the ladder?
That's angles, bro.
I mean, literally, he's like next same height as
That's
GP2.
angles, bro.
This
That's
dude is
angles.
wearing like
Okay, him and Steph are like he's literally taller than Steph.
he's wearing like shoes with.
No, he's
He
not.
literally is wearing shoes.
Flat.
Bro, when I see Steph on the court, that's actually crazy.
Yeah,
I don't believe that for a second.
my eye test. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Some people just have a better eye test than others.
Damn, he's kind of height mugging Steph.
He literally is. He low-key is like, is he maybe even taller than Steph? Okay, let's see how tall do they say his brother is. What's his brother? Cam
Cam
Spencer.
Spencer.
Who's a better NBA player than him, by the way?
He is, yeah.
6'3". Yeah, and he's like a little bit taller than him. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it. So,
Yeah, but I mean, he looks like an accountant. You know what I mean?
ooh, Pat Spencer.
Yeah,
He looks like an officer.
he does.
He's
look like-
Officer Pat
the
Spencer?
Officer Pat.
You know, fun fact.
He turned the body cam on this past month. He needs to turn it back off.
You know, for a fun fact, you guys know when his birthday is?
So if you're saying it's a fun fact, it somehow relates to
4th
you.
of July.
4th of July.
Really?
Yeah, he's a 4th of July guy. Yep.
Damn,
I actually learned that.
yeah.
I learned that
Spoon.
from an authentic
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, people born on the 4th of July. I mean, you gotta respect it.
I actually didn't know this. I mean, it's kind of amazing. None of us knew this.
I mean,
A fan at home was telling me this.
interesting.
Yeah, so we're kind of, are we casuals?
Interesting. How did they find this out? They're just like looking up his like personal
No,
information?
so no. I think they were at a game and
Damn.
Pat Spencer was playing well, I think, that game. And Pat Spencer is their favorite player.
Okay.
And
Who is this?
it's just a fan at home.
Okay, show.
I mean, I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah,
like,
Wes is a dumb
Yeah,
person.
I know.
Wes is objectively a dumb person. Anyway, so starts their birthday, and hey, what do you know? We're related. So anyway, so I just don't have much stock in him, unfortunately.
I mean, you know,
That's the unfortunate. I really
he
want
can
him.
be-
I really
he
want
can
him.
be the mascot though. Every team needs a guy. Every team needs a guy
Like
like that.
what was that Japanese guy?
Yeah,
The
like
Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki Kawamura.
Yeah, or like
Like JaVale was kind of that dude. I mean, he was a productive player, actually, kind of for a few years. But he was also kind of that guy.
because I really wanted to like just get like a 5-year, $15 million contract so he just retire.
I mean, what did we give him? Was like 2 years.
Like we gave him nothing. We gave him nothing. This is
No,
what we had
we
to
guaranteed his
We
contract.
gave him 1-year guaranteed contract.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's kind of tough.
We're giving him a minimum. Like it's so like I feel
I mean,
bad
you're
for
saying
him.
everyone's saying he's a bum. Why would you give a bum a?
1 year, $857,000, dude. This guy is like
I could make that.
doing what?
I was gonna say.
No, doing what? No, go ahead. Finish that statement.
Right, he's working at a Morgan Stanley. You know,
You cannot make that. So just I don't want to hear that. But they're doing him so dirty. Just give him like a 4-year, $10 million, and then just
Why
let him
would you-
retire.
I mean, God, no. Why would you do that?
Bro, once we get KP off his contract,
give me 5 years, 20 million.
Okay, so you just said he's like a mascot, 12th man, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So I'm saying give him like 2 years, 5 million or whatever.
Okay, but right now we're giving him 1 year,
Yeah.
800,000.
Hopefully we give him like another 1-year contract next offseason.
Of another 800,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So screw him for his life,
as you pointed out, a regular guy like me could never make that, right? So
bro. But he doesn't have
right,
a
'cause I
career.
can never,
after
I can
this.
never make that. I can never be
He
something.
doesn't have a career after.
I can
this.
never do anything important with my life.
He has no career after this. So just give him money so he can
Join
retire.
the force.
Officer Pat. Anyway, so
Pulled over
I just wanted to end. I just definitely didn't want to shout him, not because he's been doing anything great. He's just been a whole lot of nothing. I just want to let the fans know at home he's not doing anything great. At least in my opinion. So for the Sean of the month.
I forgot. I think we kind of abandoned that. last
We
week.
did not. Of course we didn't. The Sean of the month, obviously,
who's it last
is
time?
it's unanimous.
Who's
Last time?
Yeah.
I mean, we recorded like a month ago.
Yeah.
So of course,
I don't remember at all.
I think it was just like. So I know the.
Leon's is the
So the JK, the joke of the month. Oh, speaking of Jonathan Kuminga, he's been doing bits with the Hawks.
No, he's not.
He literally has.
He had 3 good games and he immediately missed.
So he's been
At
injured.
Atlanta-
Okay, so
Atlanta.
out of 3 games, 2 of them he had like 25 points on great efficiency, great shooting, great like assists and rebounding. 1 game he played bad, and he has been injured. I will admit. We will see how he does. But so okay, just to end it, this episode's been really long already. A lot of shorts content actually. Actually, it's been really long.
Fair enough.
The Sean of the month has to be Gee. Is it unanimously Gee?
I would agree.
pause.
Yeah,
Year pause.
I'll go Gee.
Yeah, I'll go Yi too.
I'll go Gee as well.
Yeah.
The Sean of the week has got to be like Leon's.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's Leon's obviously.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy. We did have a fair bit of content.
Yeah.
I was worried. Maybe we're back next weekend. Who knows?
I think a 2-week schedule is more realistic with the level.
Yeah,
like-
because there isn't like anything.
But hey, if we go on a little run this playoffs,
Who knows?
I'd be down to do like
Playoffs?
like I said, if
In the playoffs?
like I said, if
The playoffs isn't forever. We're gonna be recording every game in the playoffs, obviously.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm saying so. I'd be
Every
down to
game?
do. I'd be down to every game. That's what I was leading
No,
up
every
to.
game.
He's playing.
I was saying I'd be down to do every
Like
game.
our game?
we're gonna win the first one, lose the second one, and then
Honestly, that could be a fair
season's
prediction.
over.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
Anyways, catch you guys in the next one.